Hello and welcome back to the Monday night live reading sprints here on my channel. Thank you so much for joining. If this is your first time joining, make sure you comment down below what you're reading tonight, or even if you've been here before, you know the drill. Comment what you're reading down below. But before we get into that, how was everyone's Christmas? If you celebrate, of course. Mine was hectic, but like the holidays, that's no surprise right there. Um, I feel like I went all over town visiting people, and yet I also feel like I didn't do anything. So I'm just excited for the holidays to kind of be over, honestly, just so I can sit back, have no obligations, and relax. Also, I'm really, really excited to start the new year out, new goals, new books. There are so many 2022 book releases coming out. I'm so excited. I've been hunting down all the new releases, putting them on my Goodreads and my story graph, all that stuff. So, but hope you guys all had a great and wonderful holiday if you celebrate. Or if not, I hope you guys all had a great, relaxing weekend. So let's get into the books. So I am going to be picking back up where I left off at, which is A Flicker in the Dark. I took the dust jacket off. Honestly, since the last reading sprint, I hadn't picked it up, and not because I didn't want to, but because I was so busy, y'all. But there were a few moments where I was going to people's houses, and also I had some time to read. So I was actually reading. I finished it a little while ago. It's called The Name Game by CJ Swift. I just posted it on Instagram and the review on Goodreads. CJ Swift, The Name Game. It's a romance. It's like a rom-com-y romance with a lot of spice. So if you're into spicy romances, I'd check it out. I would also say if you like the whole fake dating and honeymooners, like hating game type of trope, or any type of those classic cliche romances, I would recommend it. I'm just not really into smut personally, so that's just me. So, but yeah, I just finished that not that long ago on my phone of all places. Also, I'm going to do a video soon, but I know I just posted my video about my new reading planner, and I kept getting so much FOMO because people were posting their new bullet journal spreads. I was like, man, I'm kind of sad I'm not doing a bullet journal. So I'm going to do both. So I have a new bullet journal and I have my reading planner. So I think my reading planner is actually going to be my planner that I take with me everywhere, to work and stuff like that. And then I have my bullet journal. So I'm going to use both and see which one I actually prefer. So if you're not into bullet journaling, no biggie. So hang on one second. Sorry to get a little dry mouth there for a minute. But yeah, I'm going to be picking up A Flicker in the Dark. Currently at 22, 23%, somewhere around that. So yeah. So let me know what you guys are reading tonight. Let's see. I just finished the Black Winter series by Darcy Coates, and then I started The Housemaid by Sarah A. Denzel. I think that's how you say it. Read about half the book so far, and it's okay. But all I want is more Darcy Coates. That's awesome. I really want to pick up more. How many books are in her series? Just curious. Because if it's not too many, that might be something I want to do. Excuse me. Hey Gwen, how are you? Thank you for joining. Hey, I've been trying to read Confess by Colleen Hoover. Shocker, I know, but I haven't been in the mood to read. Oh no. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm sure you probably already noticed, but Confess has pictures in them, like paintings and stuff like that. But I'm not surprised it's a Colleen Hoover book. Not reading, but about to make dinner. Nice. Well, thank you for stopping by or joining. No rush, or no pressure to read. Hello. I'm reading A Court of Shadows. It's the second book in a series. Nice. I'm at my mom's house visiting, but we'll try to read with you. I'm reading Someone We Know by Sherry Lipiniet. That's the only one I have not read by her. And I haven't heard really, sorry, something popped on my TV. Sorry. I haven't really heard that many good things about it. So keep me posted because that's the only one I don't think I've read so far. Hey, Lexi, I'm reading In My Dreams a Hold a Knife. I'm currently about halfway through. Nice. I want to read that one so bad, but I really want the audiobook. And the author finally announced that the audiobook's not coming out until March. I'm sorry. That's unacceptable. I need it right now. So I guess I'm not reading that book until March, but I know a lot of people like that one. I know I think Gwen says she was not a fan of it. That could be wrong, but I hope you're enjoying it. I've been looking at that one on my shelf and haven't picked it up. How are you liking it? That's to Taylor. What? Oh, the Sherry LaPena book. Sorry. Oops. She likes it so far. I'm about 90 pages left. Awesome. Whoa, like 50 comments just popped up all at once. Has 4 books. Okay, cool. So you finished all 4? Since the last time I talked to you, I think you were just starting the second book since the last time we did this reading sprint. That's awesome. Great job. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you found like a new author. Kim says hi to Sabrina and Gwen. Hi everyone. I'm trying to finish No Exit tonight. I really want to get started on the Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. How are you liking No Exit? I know we all convinced you last time to read it. I hope you're liking it. And once you start Skyward, I hope you enjoyed that one too. I've heard really good things about that author. I haven't read anything by him. Kim loves Sherry LaPena. I'm reading Survive the Night. Ooh, okay. I'm excited. I'm reading The Push by Ashley Aldrain. Yes, I recently just read that one, so I hope you're liking it. Excuse me. I'm hoping to join in after I finish my movie. What are you watching? Did anyone else take advantage of Barnes & Noble's half off all hardcover books? No, I didn't know that was a thing until today. I guess like I'm out of the loop, but I usually don't shop at Barnes & Noble. I like to go in there and look, but not buy just because I can usually find their books a lot cheaper. I know this is so bad to say, like, don't come at me in the comments, but like I can usually find books I want to read cheaper at like places like Target or Amazon. But I also like to use my library a lot. So if I can't find it at the library, that's usually when I will purchase a book, unless I'm just dying to read it or it's a favorite author. But I didn't know they were even having like a hardback, sale. I'm not reading In My Dreams to Hold a Knife until the audiobook comes out either. Okay, Kim, me and you should like buddy read it when it finally comes out, because I think me and you have both been waiting for that book. Gwen says, hi. I typically read mostly with audio, but I'm really enjoying it so far with just the physical book. Okay. Yeah, no, I've been wanting to read this book for so long, so I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of In My Dreams, unfortunately. No worries. I know a lot of people have been loving it, and I feel like I've only seen like a handful select people. Like I think you and Katie Colson are the only people I've heard that don't like it so far. There might be some other people, but no worries. I didn't realize there was a sale. Yeah, me neither. Didn't hate it, but it was underwhelmed. Okay, so it's not like the worst book ever type of thing. No Exit is great. I'm stressed. Yeah, okay, so I remember reading No Exit, and my friend Jacqueline had a live show where she had a few people on there, and we were just doing like reading sprints like this. And I remember reading No Exit at like the very end of it, and like on camera, I was like, oh my gosh. And like people were like, is Jessie okay? Is Jessie okay? And I was like, no, I'm not okay. This book is stressing me out. But I'm glad you're liking it. I got 15 books for Christmas, so I could not justify buying more at Barnes & Noble. That's true. I didn't get any books for Christmas. Well, okay. I shouldn't say that because I did get one book. I just can't have it until like June or July. Gwen. But I won't say what it is so far. But I didn't get any books for Christmas, which is fine. I mean, I'm not really looking for books. I have so many books I have to read anyways. Plus, if I'm buying books, they're all like books I want to buy in the future. Like there's so many good thrillers coming out this year. I'm so excited. How far are you into No Exit? That book was a wild ride. Yeah, it definitely was. I'm watching a Japanese anime film called Tokyo Godfathers. Nice. Interesting. Hi, I'm reading Red Queen. Thank you for joining. How are you? The author who wrote In My Dreams I Hold a Knife has 2 books coming out next year, a romance and a thriller. Yeah, I saw that. I forgot what the romance is called. But I think the thriller is The Last Housewife, and the cover looks stunning. It's purple, which is like one of my favorite colors. But I will say this, I'm glad like newer authors that are coming out are like not sticking to like one genre. Like one of my favorite authors that I recently discovered is Geneva Rose. Well, I've only read one, or actually no, I've read 2 books. I read her newest one that's coming out this year. I read the NetGalley arc. Um, but I was watching one of her live shows, and she was like talking about how she wants to publish books that she wants to write and not just sticking to like one, particular genre. So she wrote like a contemporary, like women's fiction, like it's kind of giving you like 13 going on 30. I don't know if there's a romance in it though, but like she's known for like being a thriller author, but she wants to write whatever she wants to write. So I like that like authors like Ashley Winstead, who wrote In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, is also doing romance and thrillers, because I don't feel like we should like, I don't know. I kind of feel like that's also why people do like pseudonyms or pen names and things like that. So just my thoughts though. Fool Me Once is the romance. Oh, okay. Fool Me. Oh, I thought that was the romance. Or I'm sorry, I thought that was the thriller for something else. But I'm excited for both of them, honestly. I just started Lock Every Door. Nice. That's a really good one. I hope you enjoy it. I actually DNF'd that one because someone told me the big twist at the end. And then I reread it and loved it. It's one of my least favorite Riley Sagers, but I would say I do love the book now. At Cassie, there are seriously so many incredible looking books coming out in 2022, and I can't wait. I'm so stressed because how am I supposed to read them all? I know. I created a whole bookshelf, and I think what I'm going to do, I'm trying to like convert fully over to the Storygraph, but I will say Goodreads, I just feel like it's just easier to get like specific facts about books. Sorry if you can hear my husband in the other room, but I created an entire shelf of books I want to read, like anticipated books of 2022. You can go in there and look at it if you want to on my Goodreads. I plan on doing a video. I plan on filming this video this weekend actually, but I want to go over all my anticipated releases for next year. But I'm not adding any of them to my want to read list. I'm just putting it on that shelf because I feel like I will be able to locate those books better versus everything else, like all of the backlist books I want to read and stuff. So Michael is 200 pages into No Exit. You had it right, Jesse, about the thriller. Yes. Okay, cool. Don't know what that is, but we are going to block you. We don't need that spam in our messages. Anyways, should we start the first reading sprint? Lexi have more. I am a librarian on the Storygraph, and there's this Discord, and I told them that people wanted more book info on the book page after we were talking about it in the previous sprint. Yeah, I think that'd be great because like Goodreads, I'm easily able to find like genre, pages, the publisher, and things like that. But that's awesome. I'll have to get with you more on the whole librarian thing. I didn't know you could be a librarian on the Storygraph, but that's awesome. All right, let's start our first reading sprint. I was trying to find like New Year's Eve ambience, but I'm sure you guys don't want to just hear a bunch of fireworks going off. So when I think of New Year's Eve, I think of like New York City. So I found this one. I forgot to put it in the description. So when I'm done with tonight, I will put it in there. But this is a warm and cozy winter New York City ambience at night. So it's got a little bit of rain, got a little snow in there. It might have some fire. I can't remember. But We will read until, let's do 30 minutes, so 8:45. So we'll read until 8:45. I'm going to read this last comment. If I'm able to join later, I'll read The Silent Wife by Karen Slaughter. Nice. I heard Karen Slaughter is really, I've only read The Good Daughter and Pretty Girls by her, which I feel like are her most popular ones. But I've heard the cover of that one looks gorgeous. All right, so let's read until 8:45. I'll be back shortly. Okay. How did everyone do? I ended up restarting the chapter because apparently I like stopped in the middle of a chapter. Like, who am I? Who does that? But I restarted chapter 11, which was on page sorry, I should have had that ready. 78. And then I am in the middle of a chapter. That was chapter 11. I'm in the middle of chapter 14. So I read about 34 pages and I'm liking it still. I like it just as much as I did when I first did this last week. If you're just now joining us, there it is. I am reading A Flicker in the Dark by Stacy Wilmingham. This was my December book of the month pick. And I'm really, really liking it so far. I mean, first 100 pages, I definitely would pick this up. But yeah, I'm really liking it so far. One thing that I remember it talking about when I was first reading it in the last reading sprint was the fear of the dark. And I feel so weird being like in my 30s now and be like, I'm scared of the dark, but like I can totally relate to that. I mean, not as like dramatic as our main character, but it's a real thing, you know? But comment down below what you're reading, or if you were in the reading sprint, how far you guys got. Let me know. I would love to know real quick. Let's see. You got to page 11. That's awesome. I'm rereading Second First Impression by Sally Thorne. It's one of my favorite books I've read this year. So cute. Okay, so I read The Hating Game for the first time this year. Loved it, and it was perfect timing because I read it about like 2 weeks before the movie premiered. Loved the movie as well. So that's actually on my list. I really want to read more books by Sally Thorne. I think she's only got 2, which is Second First Impressions and 99% Mine, I think. I could be wrong, but if you're rereading it, it must, like you said, it's one of your favorites. So that makes me feel good about possibly picking that one up soon. So that's awesome. I'm about 175 pages into Survive the Night. I really like it so far. Not sure why so many hated it. Okay. I feel like if you're reading it and you're like kind of not analyzing it, but if you're just kind of critiquing it for what it is, I can understand why people did not enjoy it. However, I'm just here for the ride. You know, it would have to be pretty bad if I'm going to be like, oh, this would never happen. So this whole book is horrible. So I really enjoyed it. I think I haven't reread any of my Riley Sager books except for Lock Every Door. But I DNF'd it the first time. But as of right now, that is still my second favorite book. Home Before Dark is still my favorite, but I definitely want to reread his. Excuse me. Definitely want to reread Home Before Dark and The Last Time I Lied. So I'm reading Hairpin Bridge. How are you liking it? I read the NetGalley arc of that one, and I wasn't a fan. But if you are liking it, I'm so happy, but I just wasn't a fan of it. Hello, just joined. I'm still reading Little Secrets, a little over halfway through. Nice. I really want to pick up more Jennifer Hillier books. And then the one that she has one coming out this year that just sounds so good. I think it's called Things We Do in the Dark. So sorry for yawning, but I definitely want to pick up that one as well. And I definitely want to read The Butcher because I know a lot of people love that one. I read 14 pages and got distracted. Haha, I can't wait to read A Flicker in the Dark. I plan on reading it in January. Yeah, I feel like this would be a good January pick because I feel like it's got like that coziness, but even though it doesn't have like a wintry vibe and it's in Louisiana, I feel like it has that cozy winter vibe without it being set in winter. So I actually think it takes place during like the summer, but I definitely get that cozy vibe with it. So I would recommend so far. Just joined, currently reading Dune. Also I'm 22 and I'm kind of scared of the dark too. Okay, glad I'm not alone. I'm not like I wouldn't say like in my own home I'm fine, but like I guess just like unfamiliar territory or places, I'm just like, no. Guys, I'm so sorry I'm yawning. So sorry. Just joining, going to try a chapter of 3 books, then decide, oh, what's your 3 books you're reading? Let us know. We'll help you decide. 150 pages into a flicker of the dark, loving it. So glad HBO is picked. What? I did not know that. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. That makes me even more excited to read this one. And I'm like right behind you. Where did I end? 112. So I'm like literally right behind you. So you'll have to let me know what you feel towards the end. But I did not know HBO picked it up. That's awesome. I could totally see, and I think because this one doesn't come out till January, but I could totally see this being in the top thrillers for the Goodreads Choice Awards. One, it's a book of the month pick, so I feel like those books are always popular. But I feel like this one could definitely be a good favorite for the like reading choice awards and stuff like that. That's awesome. Thanks for letting me know. I'm just here for the ride too. I completely understand her issues with her trauma/grief and how that can affect judgment. Yeah, I can understand that too. And then when right before I was getting ready to read it, it had just been released, and there was another person on Instagram, I think, and they were talking about how um how they wouldn't say what book because they didn't want people to like they didn't want it to affect people's feelings or rating towards the book, but like deep down I knew she was talking about Survive the Night. But she was saying like how the author wasn't really doing justice or wasn't really saying stuff about like her condition, I guess you can say. And I was just like, oh, I kind of have like a negative feeling about this book and I haven't even got it in the mail yet, but I really enjoyed it. So but I mean, if you're going to critique it, pretty bad, like if you're going to go in and like overanalyze everything, I can understand. But I'm just here for the ride. I'm not here to judge. I have no degree in literature or English for me to judge. So unless you piss me off. I just finished my movie last sprint. I'll read next one. I hate to say it, but I'm not loving the Karen Slaughter book. No worries. I haven't really heard much about that one in particular. I know her newest one, False Witnesses or False Witness, is getting a lot of love. So I've heard it's really, really good. I don't know, but I haven't really heard much about The Silent Wife, to be honest. Yes, can't wait to read more of Jennifer Hillier books as well. I always hear good things about her, and the writing style is easy and fast paced, which I love. Yes, I loved Little Secrets, Jar of Hearts, Creep. I think those are the only 3 I've read, to be honest. I feel like there's one more. I have The Butcher, I just haven't read it. So that might be something I read soon. Wink, wink. But I would definitely pick up other stuff. I will say her writing style is very easy, very fast paced. So definitely. All right. It is currently 8:55 Eastern. Let's go ahead and do another 30-minute sprint. So we'll read until 9:25 Eastern Standard Time, and we'll come back and talk. So I will see you guys in half an hour. Bye. Or, see you soon. Okay, how did everyone do? Hopefully it was a good reading sprint. I feel like I got a lot of reading in, but then I only got like 20 to 30 pages. Currently reading, if you just joined, A Flicker in the Dark by Stacy Wilmingham. Really enjoying it. Currently on page 137. So 25 pages, I believe. Really, really liking it. We're getting a lot more details of what happened in the past. If you've read it or if you're currently reading it, you probably know. But yeah, I'm really excited. And also, let's see, sorry. We just recently found out that it's going to be with HBO, which I thought was really, really interesting. So, but if you just joined or if you've been here for a while, let me know what you guys read or how far you got into your book so that way we can discuss it. I think I wanted to say that I thought this was going to be my last book of the year, but honestly, I feel like I can get this done at least by tomorrow. So the question is, do I want to start something or should I just wait till Saturday? Or I don't know. Maybe I'll start something and if it leads to 2022, so be it. So but anyways, yeah, definitely let me know what you're reading or what you plan on reading or how far you got into the last sprint. I think this was the last comment. No, this is the last comment that we didn't get to. I feel like some of the chapters are too long. Additionally, I feel like there's loads of unnecessary details in my opinion. Yeah, I feel like Karen Slaughter is kind of like the Stephen King, the new Stephen King when it comes to like horror and like dark thrillers. Like there's too much information, over description, things like that. So I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Angie, you were going to read the chapters of 3 books, Reckless Girls, When You Get to the Chance, and At the End of Everything. I haven't heard of the last 2, but I do have Reckless Girls on my Kindle as a NetGalley arc, and I feel like it's going to be the new book of the month pick. So actually, from what I've been told, that is going to be the confirmed thriller pick. So, but I could be wrong. But I'm excited to read that one because the author of it's the same author as The Wife Upstairs. I really enjoyed that one, so hopefully this one is just as good too. Let's see. I'm joining and starting The Royal Family by Taryn Fisher. Ooh, good luck. I did not like that book, unfortunately. Like honestly, the new Taryn Fisher book that's coming out next year, I really want to read because I feel like it has like kidnapping, kind of giving me like Taken, Liam Neeson vibes, but like in a women's like thriller vibe. But I don't know, The Wrong Family was just not for me, unfortunately. But I hope you enjoy it if you are reading it. And hello, hope you're doing well. I read 17 pages and then made some garlic bread. So now I'm eating that. Nice. That sounds delicious, actually. Like garlic is just better on everything. Read about 30 pages of Survive the Night. I'm at page 205. Nice. You're almost done. I think you've got like 100 and some pages left. So I hope you're enjoying it. Got to page 40. That's awesome. I love The Wife Upstairs. Yeah, I remember it's funny because I feel like I'm getting the same vibes, but I remember reading The Wife Upstairs at the end of last year. Because my husband got COVID last year, so we were quarantined. And I remember picking that one up and loving it. And it like made my top 10 of best books last year at the very last minute. And I feel like this is also going to be on that list, but I could be wrong. It's very hard to get into, but I'm giving it a chance. Nice. Well, that's good. I kind of saw the twist coming from the very beginning, and I'm not usually that good at picking out the twist, but I don't know. I just wasn't jiving with it. But if you enjoy it, I hope you enjoy it. Let us know. I like the back and forth of the timeline. It seems like a debut novel. I feel like I can finish it tomorrow too. Are you also reading a flick? Yeah, that's right, because we're at the same page, right? Or the same like spot, right? Yes. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I got a little jumbled there, but that's awesome. Yeah, I'm liking the back and forth. Let's see, what spot am I at? We are. It's in the past pages. And they're talking about the jewelry. So that's where I'm at. And then it just went to the present, but I stopped it so I didn't get sidetracked. I'm halfway through the push and oh my, yeah, I know. I want to get more into thrillers, but I've only read all the Ruth Ware books. So any recommendations for fans of hers, please? It also got to page 600 of Dune. That is a big book. How many pages is it? Thriller recommendation. Okay, so how do I put this without scaring you? I don't like Ruth Ware. I know she has a new one coming out next year, so that could be something. What specifically do you like about Ruth Ware? Just curious, because that way it can help me. I'm thinking of other popular thrillers. I would say Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris is one of my all-time favorites. I personally like You by Carolyn Kepnes. A lot of people don't like that one. But I also think I read it before it was a TV show. So, The Last Mrs. Parrish by Liv Constantine. There was one that two that went viral on TikTok is The Perfect Marriage by Geneva Rose, one of my favorites. The Arrangement by Kirsten Moglin, one of my favorites. And that one's only 220 pages. And I mean, that book was a wild ride. If you're looking for more action-y type books, I would say No Exit for sure. Hands down, one of my favorite thrillers of all time. I actually want to reread it, but so many of my friends are borrowing it right now, so I can't reread it. And it's a winter book. It's set in the middle of a blizzard, so that one would be really, really good. So definitely check out those. I read 35 pages. I'm determined to start another book tonight. Yes, go for it. I believe in you. I know not a lot of people are fans of her. My favorite of hers was The Turn of the Key because it felt like it could have almost been a horror, which is one of my favorite genres. Okay, so if you're looking for that, I would say Riley Sager's Home Before Dark is kind of that middle, in between horror and thriller, and that one I really love. Let's see, Turn of the Key. If you like Turn of the Key, there's another one that I think you would like. I was not a fan of Turn of the Key, but I think it's because it was so hyped. But The Nesting by CJ Cook, that one's really good. It kind of has that same premise of Turn of the Key. It's how do they call it? It's like noiric thriller or horror or something, but it's got the same concept where the woman is going to be a live-in nanny for these children, but this one I feel like has a darker past. And the format's not weird, where she's writing to her lawyer. It's just a standard book. It's really, really good. I would check out The Nesting by CJ Cook. That one's really good. I would say Alice Feeney if you're not. Yes, Alice Feeney is really good. I loved oh my gosh, what is it called? The new one that just came out. It's not His and Hers. Rock, Paper, Scissors. His and Hers and Rock, Paper, Scissors are my two favorite by her. Lisa Joel's also a good one. I feel like hers are okay, I don't mean this in a mean way, but I feel like hers are very compatible to Ruth Ware, but better. But again, I'm not a fan of Ruth Ware, so definitely. Oh, I missed one. The Wives by Taryn Fisher was a good thriller. Yep, that's a good one too as well. It's not my favorite thriller, but I think it's my favorite thriller by Taryn Fisher. I read Bad Mommy by her. Wasn't a fan. The Wives was good. I think it was a good 4-star read for me. And then The Wrong Family, unfortunately, was a 1-star. I've been wanting to read No Exit. I will have to pick it up soon. Yes, it is so good, especially this time of year. If it's winter for you, I'm not sure exactly where you're located, but definitely I would check that one out. I've been able to eliminate one book from my TBR altogether. At the end of everything is too political for me. Okay, nice. How were the other 2 chapters that you read? Or did you only read that one? Simone St. James also writes a kind of mix of thriller with some horror-ish elements. Yeah, that's a good one. I I actually had a live show for my book club, Sleep When You're Dead. We did The Broken Girls by Simone St. James. Loved that one. Well, I shouldn't say loved. I gave it like a 3.5 star. But that one's really good for like the thriller spookiness. And then I read her newest one, The Sundown Motel. And then I do want to pick up her newest one, which is like the Book of Cold Cases, which is really good. This is definitely a horror book, but I would say the Book of Accidents by Chuck Wendig is really good. If you like, I would also say Stephen King, who's like the king of horror, but if you like Stephen King books, I think you would like Chuck Wendig's The Book of Accidents. Yeah, Rock, Paper, Scissors. I loved you. The audio was phenomenal. However, I tried to reread it and recently, and knowing the ending, I was so creeped out I couldn't finish it. Yeah, the audiobook is phenomenal. So if you do want to check out You, I highly recommend you pick out the audiobook because the narrator is just like chef's kiss. So flipping good. Alrighty, I don't see any other comments. Let's go ahead and do our last reading sprint of the night. So it's currently 9:37. We will just go ahead and read until 10:05. Sound fair? So let's read for until 10:05, and then we'll come back and do our final discussion check-in. Alrighty, how did everyone do? If you joined us in our last sprint, let us know what you're reading or how far you got into it. But yeah, definitely let me know how far you guys got into your books. I'm still reading A Flicker in the Dark. I didn't get much reading done because I got like a kind of distracted, to be honest. Had a few people message me and things like that. But I'm on chapter 19, page 149. So I don't know how to describe it, but like there was like one instance where like our main character kind of annoyed me for a little bit, but then like I kind of got over it because again, I'm not like in her shoes, but like it's fine. It's more of a me thing. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. I don't think I really mentioned like what this book was about. It's about a woman who is a psychologist. She is engaged, and basically when she was a child, her father was arrested and accused and tried as a serial killer in her hometown in Louisiana. So she's kind of had to deal with that her whole life, and now there's some very similar situations happening in the present day. So I think she's trying to figure out what's going on because her dad's still locked up, type of thing. So I'm really, really enjoying it so far. But yeah, let me know. Well, I ended up making dinner, eating it, and watching Lost in Space Season 3, Episode 1 instead of sprinting. Whoops. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you, Gwen, for joining. Always a pleasure, of course. I'm assuming you got to page 70. That's awesome. Read 30 pages of Survive the Night. I'm 75% done. I think you can finish it tonight if you push yourself. But I'm glad that you got a good chunk in. Hopefully you're still enjoying it. Read 15 pages. I really need audiobooks to stay focused, apparently. Totally feel that way. If you're looking for like a good audiobook, I would say either A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, or like that whole series, I should say, or The Night Swim, because it's got like podcast elements into it. So I would definitely recommend those if you haven't read them already. I was able to get past the 200 page mark. Love that you do these sprints every week. So thank you. Of course, thank you guys for participating. If you're new here, I do these every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes I'll throw a random one at the end of the week. Also, I will be on another live show, but it will be on Savannah over at Riveting Reads. We are doing the live show for Near the Bone, which for her thriller horror book club called Lights Out. So I will be a co-host or a guest host on her channel. So we'll be discussing Near the Bone by Christina Henry. It's definitely going to be a good discussion. I have so many thoughts. I need to put them on paper so I don't come like unprepared. But yeah, if you don't catch me there, I definitely will be here back on Monday, the 3rd. Wow, of 2022. That's so weird. But I'll be back here on the 3rd to do another reading sprint at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, if you're new, I do a book club discussion on thriller books on my channel. Gwen, who was just here recently, we just did one for Dying for Christmas, which was our thriller pick for December. Marcy Reads will be my co-host for January. We're reading The Glass Forest by Cynthia Swanson. So definitely check it out. I got it from my library. I think it's on Scribd as well. I do have a link in the in like my bio on Instagram and mostly of all my other all my other videos, but I forgot to put it in this one. So but yeah, definitely check it out. I'm really looking forward to reading that one. Loving Flicker in the Dark. I've been reading with you while it's snowing outside. Have a great night. Oh, that sounds awesome. I'm so jealous. Well, okay. I don't like snow, but I like the sight of it snowing. But like the thought of like having to go outside in the snow like stresses me out. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. Hopefully we can discuss this next week if you come back. I read a little bit of my 2 books. I think I'm going to go with Reckless Girls. I really like it so far. That's awesome because I really want to read that one. I kind of forgot what that book is about though. But I remember really liking the writing style when I read The Wife Upstairs. So All right. I don't see any other comments, but I hope you guys all have a great night. Thank you so much for reading and sprinting with me and chatting. Definitely let me know if you have any suggestions. Also, Lexi, right here, she's going to be joining me here on this channel. I think we said the 10th, if I remember correctly. Let me pull my calendar. She will be here on my channel on the 10th to do like some co-hosting like Gwen did the other night. So definitely go check her out. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight to everyone so far. Hope you guys all have a great New Year's. I will definitely talk to you guys in the next New Year. I'm at 75% of the book now. Awesome. Awesome. That's great. Yay. I can't wait to hang out with you, Lexi. But yeah, I hope you guys all have a great New Year's, and I will chat with you guys